Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Randy Cook for MD Coaches, and I'd like to talk to you for just a few minutes today about the concept of mentorship. Did you know that the very term mentor can trace its roots all the way back to the classic literature of the Greeks in the early 7th century BC? That was at about the time that the legendary blind poet Homer was writing the Iliad. And you will remember that the subject of the Iliad was the adventures of Odysseus, the great king, who was going off to fight the Trojan War. Well, a very important subtext of that story was the concern that Odysseus had because he was leaving behind his infant son, and he wanted to make sure that his young son developed into a capable young man so that he could become the king himself at some point. And so he enlisted the help of an elderly man named Mentor. And it was to be Mentor who would provide this guidance, this instruction, this teaching, in order to be sure that the young son developed into a potential king. And it was a pretty good plan. But just to make sure everything worked out exactly right, there was an intervention by Athena, who was the Greek goddess of wisdom. Uh, Odysseus was a favorite of Athena's, and because of that, she wanted to do what she could to be helpful. So she disguised herself as Mentor, and she would go to the young son, and it was actually the goddess of wisdom herself who was there to teach the young man and advise the young man and guide the young man so that he could reach his full potential. It's a great idea. It's a great story. It sort of held on. And it had a significant renaissance in the early 18th century. In the French literature, there was a new telling. And in this newer version, Mentor was actually the hero. And it was at that time that the name Mentor became synonymous with an older, wiser, more experienced person who would share their wealth of knowledge and wisdom with a younger, less experienced person in order to help them develop a more complete character. Fortunately, the idea has persisted, and I would like to posit that here in the beginning of the 21st century, we probably could benefit from mentors more than at any time in the history of mankind. We are living in a world where you can literally get a college degree without ever leaving your home. We can acquire and ingest and digest a quantity of knowledge and an abundance of facts in a way that simply never could happen in years past. But I find that there is danger in thinking that you are an educated person just because you are in possession of facts. I think particularly younger people, but not just younger people. I think we all could benefit from time to time by being able to uh, converse with and commiserate with and exchange ideas with someone who is more educated, more knowledgeable, perhaps older, but not necessarily. I find that nowadays there are some mentors who are able to uh, provide good advice and good counsel to people who are even older than they. But because they have a special type of knowledge, they serve a purpose. So I would like for all of us to think about that. I would like for all of us to think how we might benefit from mentorship. It can be found in lots of places. You can find a mentor in older, more experienced relatives. You can find it in teachers or coaches that you may have encountered in athletics. And nowadays, we're beginning to see the development of uh, professional coaching, life coaches, as they are called, who can serve as a highly valuable source of objective evaluation of your goals and your aspirations and your plans to act on those goals. And as I say, I think it is particularly important that we take advantage of that kind of advice at a time when we're very confident and perhaps overconfident in the amount of knowledge that we have in the absence of experience. Um, MD Coaches is a great source for advice like that. Uh, we're not the only source, of course, but we would certainly like to be there to be of service when we can. So thank you for listening today, and remember that we see you, we believe in you, and we're here for you. I'm Dr. Randy Cook for MD Coaches. Have a great day.